I saw that Don Little video of him driving a car that is going viral.
It was him and
I had a good laugh.
I think him and the other one, Yao Double.
I had a good laugh this dawn. I woke my neighbors up. I had that.
Really?
See, it's something about people like that. Well, I'm not using this to disrespect them in any way.
I get what you
but
mean.
anything about them makes me happy.
Yeah,
the way they even carry themselves, even though I know that's practically impossible, like the way, like in literal terms, but like the way they, Lilliputians, the way they just do their thing, I love it. And his cushions, the car seat cushions, gosh, man, see, all you need to be data, because we not get problems before. We have everything we need here. Shah's going out to you, Don Little, man. I really want to interview that guy. I've never seen him before in person.
Oh, okay.
Never. Yeah. Massive, can you make that happen for me? If you're thinking of a surprise on my birthday, this should be it. Don Little and Yao Double. I'm such huge fans.
Wasn't it Yao Double who said that
the
movie?
He's a businessman. Me, anything anybody says these days, I agree with them. Because whatever mood and day they TikTok, I agree.
Okay.
I ain't got time for.
Back and forth. You leave the rest for for interpretation.
You understand? It's Friday. Let's get into it.
Right. So former Chief Justice Sophia Ekufu has joined pensioners picketing the finance. Let me finish before you touch on the word. The finance ministry to demand a total exemption of their investments in the controversial domestic debt exchange program (DDEP). Now, Mrs. Ekufu was seen holding a placard with the inscription, "We depend on our bond yields to pay our rent, medical bills, electricity bills, and water bills." Members of the Pensioner Bondholders Forum on Monday, February 6, began picketing the Finance Ministry to demand a total exemption of the investments from the domestic debt exchange program. Now, today is the 5th consecutive time members of the forum have showed up at the ministry. Meanwhile, the Pensioner Bondholders Forum has announced that its members would picket Parliament on Tuesday, February 14, to witness the debate between members of the House and the Finance Minister. Now, this conversation has been going on for a while.
Sad one.
Yeah,
really
and
sad.
I think a lot of people are like, you know what, even if we don't understand the terms and the terminologies in whatever banking, we're feeling it because the moment you have anything regarding pensioners in there, we would want to pay attention to that story.
These are like sacrosanct. You don't touch them.
You don't touch them. Absolutely.
Because life is already naturally hard on them because they've lived their entire life serving the same nation that wants to take them to their early graves.
And then with Madam, Mrs. Sophia Ekufu, though, people are saying that she has actually been vocal since, she was a Chief Justice. And so people were like, okay, for her to be this bold enough to speak against this government because they believe that she was made, we've got her photo up on our social media. That is our Facebook, 3FM 92.7 and The Voice as well. So you might want to check that one out as well. While you're listening to us on the side, yes, you can do both. Multitasking is a thing, guys. So, and then people are actually appreciative of the fact that, she was bold then and she's still bold now because people believe that, her stance hasn't changed and people are loving her for that. Now, let's move on to this other story where a lecturer at the department...
I was going to give you The Voice,
Oh, yes, let's do The Voice. Okay, let's do The Voice.
Bit by bit, a lot of us are from the generation where you were always encouraged to save for tomorrow and all that. Sometimes we've been through times when all your savings become nonsense because of some government policy. Then, over the years, bit by bit, people have become more confident in the economy, in investment and all that. And quite a number of people here today, when they retired last 2 years, they've put everything into government bonds. And now, all of a sudden, it's a contract, isn't it? And you virtually want to, at gunpoint, force them to agree with you that the repayment or the yield of their investment should be as you dictate. Now, all of a sudden, it's a contract, isn't it? and you virtually want to, at gunpoint, force them to agree with you.
Interesting.
I know. We hope that some finality is
Well, today's what day 5,
day
right?
5, yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think we'll get more info on Tuesday because they did say that they will be.
So that's how they want to spend Valentine.
Charlie, on bending. Because there's no money to celebrate Valentine's with. They need to make sure that side of their livelihood is.
I'm just hoping that government gets
fixed.
to see things their way as well. And yes, I mean, you follow commentary around the subject, and you notice that actually it's not like people are not understanding government stance on this.
But
they are worried.
This is my hard-earned money.
And you see, you're asking me to adjust my life.
But you are not adjusting.
But you seem to be okay.
You get it.
And that is where the problem is. A lot of people are complaining because, yes, maybe, for sensitivity's sake, or we all understand the times we are in. Like, I'm hearing people, government communicators, appealing to all of us to, brace up because times are tough generally. But then again, you guys are not living life like time is tough. And,
what we're seeing is not depicting what you're telling us.
So it's really tough out here. We're just hoping that we find some fine balance and then make life back.
At the end of the day, it's the balance.
Charlie, trust me, I can only imagine what our old folks are going through.
It's because they don't have the energy to be working anymore. That's why they're relying on that.
And we're also feeling the pinch, eh?
The
economic situation is not age dependent.
It is not.
Whether you're a student, whether you're a worker, whether you're people like what? We're almost midway into the new month. Folks haven't been paid for God knows how long.
Yes.
Companies are struggling.
Everybody's
people are
feeling
struggling.
it one way or the
So I
other.
think guys, if you're live on Facebook right now, they've tagged me Akorfa. I don't know.
But you're not the only. Okay,
they've
so
tagged me
basically
Akorfa right now.
we'll add Giovani. So
Yeah,
you're
so I
not the
think we
only
should-
person in studio. You had your time. You had your moment. So
I was
this is
thinking
my
they would tag
time.
the segment.
Kina ko.
So wow, Akorfa. Yema. Efa meow 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 meow.
Well, moving on to some more stories. So, a lecturer at the Department of Mathematics at the University of Cape Coast has received a Google research grant of $30,000 to continue research in artificial intelligence, that is AI. Now, the award was granted to Dr. Stephen Moore. Since 2020, Dr. Moore and his colleagues at Ghana NLP have been developing tools for both text and speech translation of low-resource languages, including Twi, Dagbani, Ewe, Ga, Guruni, Igbo, etc. Now, at the reopening of Google's new office in Accra, Ghana in 2022, Dr. Moore presented the state-of-the-art of NLP development in Ghana and the opportunities the country will gain by training and developing young people for the future. Now he presented. You want me to clear my throat while I'm doing this? He presented the first Ghanaian language translator, Kaya, that has been launched by Ghana NLP together with Algorin, a partner company of Ghana NLP. Now the app uses state-of-the-art language models from NLP with the ambition to create a unified translator for several languages in Africa. Lots of people are loving this.
One thing I'm excited about, especially with our generation, is that we are alive to see this AI thing we've heard so much about
it
years ago. Like right now, you're having we've projected the name on our the
photo,
picture,
of Dr. Moore.
Dr. Moore on our Facebook page. Go check it out. We need to be celebrating this,
yes, absolutely.
Especially in an era where everyone is thinking AI is from some part of the world,
but our own
this is good news. This is great news. Actually.
Fantastic news, if you ask me.
AI is taking over. Like wow.
I think that was the thing that people were worried about. That if we involve AI in a lot of things, like humans will lose their jobs.
It has been happening.
Yes,
and I think we just have to.
We need to find a way to
live with it.
I think that's what we're looking at.
We need to find a way to learn. I mean, like right now, your project work or your thesis, everything can be done for you.
It's making life easier.
Your business plan as a startup, everything can be set for you in record time.
Just need to be
like
relaxed.
It is scary, but I feel like interesting times we find ourselves in. Yeah. So kudos going out to
Dr. Moore and the team. Yes. Now this story, Giovani, you're gonna love it. And to you who are listening, you need to go check out our 3FM Facebook 3FM 92.7 because there's going to be something that will be rolling and you need to see this. No, this is not drum roll, but you need to see this. So the EFF, that's the Economic Freedom Fighters Party, founded by expelled former African National Congress Youth League, that is President Julius Malema and his allies in 2013. They are in the news. That's because, according to News 24, EFF took disrupting parliamentary sittings to a new level when they jumped onto the stage on which President Cyril Ramaphosa was to deliver the SONA, that's the State of the Nation address. Now, heavily armed police officers then stormed the stage to protect Ramaphosa. After the drama, Ramaphosa continued with his speech while EFF MPs spoke to journalists outside the venue. Now, another news, say that EFF will challenge their removal from the SONA in court. They demand an apology from, the National Assembly Speaker because they believe that they weren't supposed to have been taken out the way. But you see, when you see the video,
were they in their red?
They were in their red.
Okay.
Part of them were in their red.
Like
and then here's the case. They were asked to leave. While they were leaving, they just rushed onto the stage where the president was.
But honestly, what do they expect though? No. These guys are supposed to protect the president.
They are.
Yeah. And
but they feel that they were forcibly taken out.
They will use any means
because the president comes first. You understand? The gentleman, the first gentleman of the nation.
If there were casualties, trust me.
Yeah.
They would find nice grammar to justify any attack.
Yeah, so they need to protect him at all costs.
Let's check out the video.
Let's check it out
online whilst we hear the voice.
The voice as well, on air.
Members, you are refusing to leave the house. You are refusing to leave the house. Thank you. I now suspend the proceedings. Security services, you may intervene. Security services of the Republic of South Africa, you now come into the chamber and remove the members. The peace.
Members now, remove them now.
And lots of people on social media are applauding the National Assembly Speaker for how she maintaining the coup and how she handled herself because it was the whole security services. You may now intervene for me. Just like, come and move them.
Charlie.
The ball is in your court.
In South Africa, ngobango basutro. Ko say homami.
Yeah.
Hey, your name is featured in the language. So we are
it's not. No, but I've got the story that I want to quickly share with you. When and by doing so, ask you first. When was the last time you hugged your dad? Have you hugged your dad recently?
Oh yeah, that was last week.
Yeah, that's a nice thing.
I'm that type.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now we hardly hear stories about men hugging men without having to add some form of stigma or shame to it. Now there's a story where some mentors, while they're done with encouraging their mentees, asked a question: when was the last time you had a hug from your dad? And one person said, I haven't had a hug from my dad. And so you find that these mentors decided that let's do this for you, because sometimes all you need is just a hug. And people are really reacting to it on social media. They just love the warmth with which the whole thing was happening. You can check it out on our social media right now.
It's interesting. I mean, and it's a cultural thing as well. I mean, we're projecting communities where some of them hardly know their dads.
Exactly.
So like it goes beyond just the usual.
No, but even in our part, you have actually, you did say that you are that kind of a person. Yeah. But we hardly get stories where we find gentlemen who are just willing.
Let me also clarify my side. That I learned to do that.
You learned to
in my adult age, like as a grown up. I learned to do that because I'm also realizing that all I have with them is now. Yeah. So if I don't develop this attitude, probably be that guy who many years later will be like, I wish I had that more. I did more. Okay, so it has to be, and people learn this. We learn and we unlearn as we grow.
So I think we need to have more conversation about these, so it becomes like a normal thing.
Yeah, there used to be a video where random blacks in communities will go out there and hag boys in school. Some of them who are falling prey to some of this vice society actually lacking that fatherly love. So they deliberately do that, like a watchdog or community, where the black folks or the grown folks are just there. I want to be your father figure. I want to be that positive influence in your life.
I think that's why the line sometimes all you just need is a hug. It's heavy on that front. So and so I don't know. You can probably hug someone out there. Moving on to this one. I don't know.
Shouts going out to you, Bright King. Says good afternoon, Giovani Caleb and Co. More fire this afternoon from Bright King. I'm a Nuveve radio presenter inside of Plow. You're watching us live on Facebook.
Hi, you
guys. Go onto Facebook. Drop your shouts. Where are you watching this from?
So we send a shout your way.
Give us feedback. We want to connect with you. Right?
Begging is reportedly going digital in Indonesia with begging. With street beggars posting clips on TikTok asking for virtual gifts instead of actually going out onto the street. Now, TikTok begging has reportedly become such a widespread phenomenon in Indonesia that the government has been forced to step in to find a solution. Now, however, there's little they can do against the wave of beggars enticed by TikTok's gift offering features, which allow them to exchange virtual gifts for real money. Now, instead of spending time out on the street, as I mentioned earlier, asking for handouts from generous passers-by, TikTok beggars need only to record a video of themselves performing some pity-inducing acts, post it on the popular social network, and watch the money start rolling in. One popular trend has seen beggars, especially elderly women, appeal to viewers' generosity by pouring mud water over themselves. Some of these mud baths can go on for hours and are apparently pretty profitable considering how popular they have become. Now, the interesting part about all this is, despite the Indonesian government's attempt to curb the popularity of this whole TikTok begging, experts say the trend is likely to continue as long as people continue to believe that they do good by giving directly to beggars. Interestingly, though, Indonesia makes up TikTok's second biggest user base in the world, with 99.1 million users behind only, the United States. And so people are like
cashing in.
You see, so that I don't know how they will
proper e-begging.
They will heed, the government's advice.
I'm sure when it comes to TikTok,
by clamping it down.
Control.
You see,
even in Ghana, I doubt we have such control. I doubt.
And also,
well, we have a newborn and the mom saved after 4 days
under the rubble.
10-day-old Iagiz
That's some good
was
news.
retrieved from the ruins in the southern Turkey earthquake. Almost 100 hours trapped. Some of these things, I don't know how else you would want to explain it, but for me, it's pure miracle.
We've got Adam in the news. So Adam, he is reacting to this. How do we start this conversation? There was a pandatory conversation. Can I say that? Yeah, where they were addressing the whole, some of our stars making it onto the Grammys lunch, the lunch that they had earlier, and this pundit, with his own words, saying that Adam's music hasn't is not good enough to get to that level to be invited to the Grammys. According to him, they have packaged the likes of Stone Boy and Kiddy to do the whole networking thing, and that Adam was not part of it. He's not supposed to be part of that. Now Adam is reacting to this.
We have it.
Okay, we have it on our Facebook, 3FM 92.7. You can check it. So Adam says, "What do I see? Sammy Flex TV panel. 1, an individual with low self-esteem. 2, lacks ambition and has no spirit of excellence." This is the brofo coming in. 3, lacks insight into what the global stage looks for, so he's drowned in what a group of people approve as the standard. And then 4, there are pundits, industry folks and certain groups with such foolish mindset, and over the years have used it to shape a narrative in the interest of their favorite, knowingly and subliminally. I am a million times more talented than your favorite. No cap, we agree. Shout outs to you on that one. The pain I did come cause you now ego stat. Some of you are just bush people all over TV. Makes me want to use my radio school certificate. Habama.
If your mother uses Habama, those days my dad says Habama. Now slap the follow. Habama. Am I your
yes, so he has, shared a series of tweets.
Adam has every right to react to the way he's doing. But some of us were hoping that with years in this game, you get
he would
used
not respond.
To,
yes,
you get
I was
used
going to get to that.
Reacting to your branding. But again, I can understand. Charlie, sometimes it's crazy if someone you would want to call under an underachiever. You know, rubbishes all you've been toiling for. It gets crazy, it gets in under your skin. But again, these are things your management should be
able to handle.
I personally ignore. But I don't know. But we're all very different. And sometimes too,
I think I caught you. Go ahead.
Yeah, people have the view that if you don't put a stop to it, then it continues. Because I didn't watch this video.
I didn't watch the video. He actually posted the. Yeah, he also shared the video.
Where I watched it.
Absolutely.
And
now,
then I also felt that my brother Sammy could have be a bit stricter.
I think
on the panelists.
He tried, but it still didn't sink in.
So he tried. He tried to just put the guy in his right place, but again, you allowed it to go. So I can understand where Adam is coming from. But guys, I keep saying
speaking of the fact that you believe that he should have,
if it's not growing the space, let's not encourage it.
Yeah, you know,
we can criticize for all we care. You can say all the things you want to say about someone's personal brand, but if it's not growing the space, we should learn where to pull the plug.
You did mention that you believe that he could have ignored. I think someone also raised that, and he did come to respond by saying that I have the platform. I won't let anyone disrespect me or the ears of music lover and shape narrative with corny music because of agenda. So I think he also believed he could have, but then again, this is Adam responding to a text, a tweet from at Macbeth A.
All right.
You know, with the angle of he could have ignored because he's a bigger brand and all of that, because he also believes that some people sometimes use these opportunities to make names for themselves because then he gets talked about.
Yeah, but hold on, Adam is my big brother, like your big brother. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people know how I'm related. But Adam, when we shared stories of what he's said on Grammy and all these things, and we shared it on social media, I didn't see a retweet from that.
Yes.
I don't know.
So you're not the only person who has. Yeah, you're not the only person who has brought this angle in.
Some of our musicians, though, and some of our key industry players, when we do the good thing about the brand, we don't see you share it. When he spoke in defense of Stonebwoy, and that was neatly written out there, I didn't see a retweet. I didn't see. Maybe I'm yet to. But I didn't see that part of it.
I saw a post.
So why let negativity thrive? You know.
That's a very good point there. Yeah. So someone actually also raised it under his tweets to mention that yes, there's so many good stories about you out there, but we hardly see you reiterate or retweet them. So why then are you giving more attention or giving more time to this negative story? So I think he also touches on that. But then again, there are some other public figures or some other, his colleagues in the music space who have also come to say very nice things about him, where he has, retweeted those as well to, sort of buttress. I get where you're coming from.
If I get my mind free, I will call it them free.
Yeah, that one.
So that one day I will call it them free.
And free your mind. Now, finally, before I go though, so we're a few days away from Rihanna's highly anticipated return to the stage at the Super Bowl, the 57th halftime show, and the singer is spilling some major tea about what fans can expect from her first performance since 2016. Now, Rihanna sat down with Apple Music's Nadeska. She went on to share how it feels to be working on such a major event at this point in her life and career, and what her fans can expect from her halftime performance, which will be 13 minutes in total, and explained how challenging it was to pack 17 years of her career into such a short performance time. We actually have a video of that, and I think I've got an audio to support it as well. While you take a look on our Facebook, 3FM 92.7.
An entrepreneur, a visionary. And this Sunday at the Apple Music Super Bowl 57 halftime show, the wait is
I totally
over.
Forgot about Valentine's Day. I am just like Super Bowl. So it's a lot of preparation, a lot of moving parts. And this week, this is the week that it really is being tested. Everyone, we're just tightening up everything. Everybody's dialing in, everybody's tuning in. And a lot of moving parts. I mean, it's literally like
at Apple Music, we are very, very passionate about celebrating and supporting artists and about having meaningful conversations around music. So
we're excited to do the Super Bowl. We are. We've been working on it for a while, and every day it just gets closer and closer to the finished product. And today is a really big rehearsal.
Yes, so a lot of Rihanna fans can't wait for, the 13 minutes performance.
Yeah.
Oh, Jayo said.
I don't care.
Oh, Jayo said.
I don't care.
So, you do have a story.
I don't give a damn.
No, but we spent a lot of time on her when the whole Grammys thing happened. So, yeah.
You're forgiven. Hey.
No, I am rather forgiving you.
Anyway, so what to wrap up, but as a deliverance pastor, I can tell you firsthand that if you want to be set free from witchcraft bondage, there are certain do's and don'ts. Okay, continue from there.
There's a reason why the Jews and Muslims forbid setting unclean animals to be eating. The reason why is setting animals are easily accessible by demons and witches. When you eat unclean animals, they are able to gain access to you, and then your spirit man is subdued to the authority. Also, it is very important to pray before you eat anywhere, as you do not know the hands that prepared the meal.
That's okay. So let's end it there. The rest they can continue for it.
No,
but what is the import of the message, though?
So but he had the unclean message. Also, unclean. No, see pig, which is pork.
So Sonny Badu is saying that we shouldn't eat pork.
We shouldn't eat pork because it's unclean. And he has some things to back it up. To just as we read earlier.
Matthew, the book of Matthew, I guess.
Me, I don't know.
That's where Jesus drove something to the...
I don't know.
You don't go to church?
Excuse you.
where Jesus drove...
I know the story, but I just don't know exactly where. Well, when you say Matthew and I say and then they'll come and pull us and they go like, that's not Matthew. No, but I do know the story.
Yeah, I don't know which angle is. I struggle to understand where exactly it's coming from with this one. I mean, with the Bible quotation back and all that, but... It's a very subjective subject.
But don't we also have a part of the Bible that says that Jesus came he cleansed everything? You understand? Then
I don't know where I belong on this subject really. But
listen, I also don't know where I belong. But we have that part. Don't say anything.
There's a part where he said, but you should pray over your food because you don't know where it's
that one is true.
Which is very clean.
So
that prayer cleans the
the uncleanliness.
And the mefa
saline. With the moment you said mefa saline, it brought me to this debate about Christians pick and choose which part of the Bible that suits them at any given moment. So but anyways, that's it for our Trent and ENT.
Thank you. Guys, we have a new WhatsApp line. Please get used to it. It's 0503 06